with WBO cruiserweight champion Ola Afolabi. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Yeah,
we're up here in Big Bear. He's up here training, hoping for a December return to the ring. First off, the guy you fought last, Marco Huck, he had a draw his last fight against Arslan. What did you think of that fight?
No, it wasn't a draw. They gave it to Marco Huck. It was a robbery. You know, I thought Arslan won at least 9 or 10 rounds out of 12, and they gave it to Marco Huck. You know, this German decision, Sauerland decision.
If I was mixing it up with your fight, you had the draw with him. A lot of people thought you win. Most of the people actually that I saw comments on the boxing scene fan pages thought that you won that fight. What did you think of your fight with him the second time around?
I thought I won, you know. I mean, there's a lot of pressure on a fighter knowing you have to go in there to knock a guy out to get a win. I mean, we already have pressure on us, like just going to fight. And then knowing that you can't get a decision in the country, I mean, it's a horrible feeling. But I went in there, I did what I had to do. I thought it was enough. The judges saw it a different way, and we're going to do the rematch, you know.
Both of your fights with him were close. Going into the third fight, you know already it's going to be in Germany. I mean, how do you prepare knowing that you thought you already won at least one of the fights, if not both of them? What is there to do differently?
I think now the whole world is watching Marco Huck, you know, because like he's had 2 robberies back to back, you know. And I think people are like, okay, enough is enough. We're going to get a better decision this time. We're going to have better judges this time. And hopefully the commission can just stand up to them and say, hey, let's call this fight the way it is. If he wins, good for him. If I win, good for me, you know. But people work their whole life for this kind of situation. Fred Aslan is like 42 years old. He's got a family. He's worked his entire life to get a shot at the title. And it's not right for somebody being babysat to just take that chance away from him. He's got kids to feed, you know what I mean? Apart from that, forget Aslan. I'm looking out for me now. You know, I got to do what I got to do, and hopefully they'll see in their heart and judge it correctly, whoever wins.
Now, you're training here at Abel Sanchez's gym in Big Bear, the Summit. What's it like working with Abel, and how is it up here?
It's good, you know. I mean, it took a while for them to get me up here because I don't like to change, you know, trainers or come to a different location. But eventually, when I came out here, it's like where I used to train was like 1,000 feet altitude. This is like 9,000 feet. So I get in shape faster. You know, he's taking me back to the basics because I never had any amateurs. You know, I just came into the boxing world and I just hustled my way to the top. Now I got a lot of good things out of that because I'm not punchy. I skipped the whole amateur ranks. But I also left a lot of things behind, which are the foundations, how to stand, how to really throw a proper punch. So, and Abel knows how to do that, and he's been teaching me that, so I love it. And I get to drive home like every weekend, only 2 hours, so I'm not homesick or anything. It's amazing up here.
When you mentioned you hustled your way to the top, could you tell us a little bit how you got into boxing, your early roots in the sport?
My father was a boxer, my brother was a boxer. They kind of sucked though, so you know, I'm better than them. But I just used to fight a lot on the streets in London, you know, and some dude just like, it was like a Rocky movie. He just says, if you want to fight, you might as well get paid. So he took me into the boxing gym, Battersea Boys Club in London, and I trained. I didn't get a fight. Then I got in trouble, and I just decided to get out of London. I came to America, and I tried to have an amateur, and they were like, you're not, first of all, you can't get paid as an amateur. Second of all, the only way you can make money as an amateur is to go to Golden Gloves and all of that stuff. But I was a British citizen, so I couldn't do that, so I just decided to turn pro. Before I turned pro, I was sparring like 12 rounds with James Toney, Francois Botha, whoever you could name. So that's pretty much my amateur career, you know, just sparring.
Where did those sparring sessions take place
at? At the Wild Card.
How was your time at the Wild Card? Like, what are some of your best memories there?
Some of my best memories, probably James Toney threatening to shoot me every time we spar. It's like, go get my gun, I'm gonna shoot him. Then 5 minutes later, it's like, good job, man. I think he might be bipolar, but whatever. That's James Toney. But you know, Freddie Roach helped me out a lot, you know, because when I came over, I didn't have a penny to my name, you know. Freddie Roach would give me loans and stuff, like I'd do a job, I'd get paid. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
What are your thoughts on Freddie Roach as a trainer?
I think Freddie is a really good trainer, but like any other trainer, it depends on the fighter. You know, Freddie's not God, you know, so if you take a fighter that has some kind of potential and Freddie blends with him well, Freddie will take him to the max, you know. But some fighters, no matter what you teach them, they just can't get it. That's why it kind of pisses me off a little when people are like talking shit about Freddie Roach, about, oh, because you think he's God. He doesn't think he's God. He just works with what he has. And even Mayweather, without Floyd Mayweather, the coach, wouldn't be that sharp. If you train anybody else, it would never be as good as Mayweather. So I have a lot of respect for Freddie Roach.
As far as what do you think about, like, after boxing, your career? Are you going to stay close to the sport? What do you think about your future?
Boxing is one of those sports that you never leave, though. You know, like I've seen like punchy fighters try to come back at the age of 45 and 50. It's just something. I think when I get out of boxing, I would still want to work out like 3-4 days a week, and just or whenever I feel like it. But as far as financially, like trying to make money out of boxing, I think it's only the fight game for me. I'm not going to go into training. I'm not going to go into anything. Just fight, make as much as I can, invest, and just get out.
And you're a pretty personable guy, so you ever thought you'd want to get into commentating maybe at some point?
Hey, you know, if they call me, I'm not going to hang up the phone, you know. It's a job, you know. If they offer me a job, I'll take it if I can do it. If I can't do it, then I'll try till I fail. No, I'll do it.
So it seems like, we've seen a lot of boxers get in to be an analyst on the HBO, Showtime, Sky Sports even. And Paulie Malignaggi's got into it recently. I don't know if you've heard.
I heard it was good. I didn't see it.
Pretty well on the Showtime shows. So it just seemed like that with your personality, that might be something up your alley.
Yeah, why not? You know, maybe I could do that for money. You know what I mean? But it all just depends on the situation. When I retire, I might not be this sharp. You know, you might see me on the street though. I'm all punchy and shit. So I take it a day at a time.
Abel was saying he really wants you to get a fight in December. Is that really important to you before you go into the third fight with us?
You know what? To me, it's not really that important because I'd like to have a fight, you know. But you're talking to a guy that I've had 3 years off before I fought for the title. I've had 2 years off, so I'm used to having long spells without fighting. Although it'll help me to kind of shake off the rust and stuff like that, but it's okay, man. My whole life was sparring in the gym and stuff. If I get in there and I lose, I won't have any excuses. I won't be like, oh, because I didn't have a fight in December. It's because I lost. It's because I didn't do enough. So December really isn't that important to me, but if it happens, it happens.
Last question. You have a message for all the fans out there?
Keep supporting me, man. I'm just an honest guy, just hustling, you know. I'm not faking it, no bread and butter, nobody's feeding me. I'm just fighting, entertaining when I can, and if I win, I win.
Thanks a lot, man. It's a pleasure.